going on, team? Testing. Yeah. Perfect. Hope you guys are having a great morning. Let's go through these pairs real quick before we do anything else. So again, the pairs that we kind of had on for the week, were for the day to kind of see where price wanted to go and who our levels would be where we start taking entries. Alright, so we know that AU, we're still making these highs in price. We still didn't have a set high up until now, so we could say that these are 30-minute highs and 30-minute lows on AU. Once again, going back to what we were saying, right? We know that at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, when price is in a downtrend, it's not the best place to look for entries, right? So we already know that price rejected these lows, rejected these lows, rejected these lows, and it gave us an exhaustion candle, right? Internally, price started making from lower lows and lower highs to higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, to where we're at now, higher high. We also know that in the 4-hour, we went from making higher high, higher low, higher high, to then price then gave us a change of character, lower low. So at this moment, we're pretty much just waiting to see, is price going to give us a lower high to then go into lower lows again and continue the downtrend push, or does price want to continue to make, you know, these higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, you know, to then continue, right? Or is it going to give us a lower high somewhere here to then start making lower lows again, right? So at this moment for AU, I don't really have any entry positions, right? Again, I don't trade against the overall trend, so I'll be waiting to see what price wants to do. As soon as price starts giving us lower lows and lower highs, that's when I'll start taking trades for AU. But as of right now, we just gotta wait this one out. We gotta wait this one out and just give it a little bit. Still giving us bullish 4-hour candles. STP's 44. We'll recalculate it. We did 33. Let's see. 68 is ADR. 45 is STP. Right? Let's also take a step back. We know that we want to see price bounce off the 50. Ugh, Tiger. Get off the table. Right now we're above the 50 on every single time frame. So yeah, right now we have to just wait this one out. So nothing on AU for me. Let's go in order actually. Let's see how all these other pairs moved, right? EA is still moving sideways. Still in the zone consolidation. Still moving counter as well actually. So EA, nothing for me. ECAD still pushing up, which is good. Let's update this 30-minute time frame. We said we needed to wait for the 30-minute candle to open for the week. We have a day of rise. No continuation. Again, ECAD, the reason why I'm not really looking at it is because I'm either going to be looking for price to give us a confirmed break of structure before we take a trade, right at the top of the zone of consolidation, or I'm waiting for price to start turning around to give us lower lows and lower highs to go down into these lows down here, which is a 30-minute gap, which is what we're looking for price to come down to fill up this gap before we can continue to push up to the top side. So ECAD, I'm just kind of waiting on a confirmation. I'm either going to start looking for trades when price breaks these highs to continue, or I'm going to be looking for trades going down to fill this gap up the same way we saw EU a few weeks ago. Right? If we go back to EU when we had a gap in the market, which was over here going short, right? We were either going to be looking for price to give us a confirmed break of structure of these highs, which we didn't get. We got a testing candle, and then price started giving us lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. That's the trade that we took for price to come back down and fill the gap up, right? And then again, when price filled the gap up, that's when we could continue to see price going back up to the top side, right? The same thing that happened here. So we're pretty much waiting for the same thing on ECAD. I'm waiting for the confirmation. So right now for ECAD, I don't really have any entries. EU, I also don't have any entries. The reasons why I'm not looking for entries on EU, once again, we're at the top of the zone consolidation, not the best place to look for a trade. On top of the fact that we're at the top of the zone consolidation, we're currently in a higher high in an uptrend. I don't want to take a trade in a higher high. I want to take a trade at the pullback, right? At the higher low. So for EU, I'm either going to be waiting for price to give us a break of these highs and then the retest to then continue, or I'm going to be looking for a pullback. And at this moment, again, we kind of just got to give it a few so price can make a decision on what it wants to do, and then we'll start taking those trades. We could update the 30-minute time frame here on EU too real quick. Right, we know we had higher high at one point. Let's go back. We had, oh sorry, higher high, higher low, higher high. Now we could say that this is the higher low over here. Right, and then this is the higher high broke. Now we know we're trading between this 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows. GA is moving counter. Right, we're still trading within this little zone of consolidation, so I won't be looking for a trade until we either break the highs or break the lows. GCAD is still pushing up. Right, we had 2 days of rise. On the second day, gave us a pullback back down to the bottom, pushed up during London session, right end of Asia going into London. It pushed back, gave us that third day rise, which is beautiful. Right, GCAD moved really nice here. And we know that now we're trading between higher high, higher low, and higher high. So now we're trading between this 30-minute low over here and these 30-minute highs up here. But once again, I'm not looking for any entries on GCAD. Going long at this moment during the NYC session because we are in a higher high. I'm looking for price to give me a steeper pullback into a higher low to then continue the push up to the top side. And then I also wanted to wait for this candle to close. We closed on a weaker rise, which is good. Now we can see how price is starting this downtrend push a little bit for the day. So we'll see how this looks going into tomorrow. GJ already hit ADR and STP for the day, did exactly what we talked about. Right, gave us a fake out of these highs. Right, gave us testing candles of these highs, never gave us a confirmed break. As soon as it started trapping traders, I know a lot of people who took this trade yesterday going long during fucking Asia session. What did price do? It reversed and went right back down to the bottom. So if you waited for those breaks, you probably got a few pips out of this trade. But GJ is done for today. It already hit ADR and STP. GU, we had 2 days of rise, today being the third day. Price already gave us that third day high, and we know that we're trading between higher high, higher low. All of this is part of the same trend, and we're trading between this higher high over here. So we're trading between this 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows over here. And again, going into the daily time frame, we're at the top of the zone of consolidation, so this is not the best place to look for a trade, but it's okay. We'll wait for continuation trades. We have a week of rise. We already know if this week price finishes on 2 weeks of rise, we know we could take that third week to continue this push up to the top side. Into the 4-hour lows and highs as well. We know we're trading between lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, higher low. So if price ends up giving us a break of structure, higher high of these highs this week, then again, we already have a confirmation. That's going to be our confirmation that price is going to continue this uptrend push. But at this moment, once again, where are we in the trend? Higher high, higher low, higher high. What are we expecting? We're expecting a higher low, right, before we could continue and make a higher high. So I won't be looking for any trades until we get a pullback. Right? If we don't get that pullback, then I won't be taking any trades. GU2 at this moment, let's calculate ADR and STP since we still have this one on. 84 pips is ADR, STP is 56. And for the day, we already did 44, 45 pips. So we still have a few pips to go. We'll see how this reacts during NYC session. US 30. Gave us another day of rise. We know that we have a 30-minute engulfing candle up here at the top side. We have a bearish 4-hour candle. And at this moment, price is just consolidating here for a little bit. So again, US30 is going to be one we'll just keep an eye on for NYC session 2. Won't be really looking at anything. Gold already started this downtrend push, gave us 3 days of drop. On the third day, gave us a drop rise. We didn't get that 4th day variation. Price went up to the 4-hour highs. And once again, this is going to be, we wanted to see a new high being set. So this is pretty much the new high that was set. We're trading between these highs in the 4-hour time frame and these lows. Price is still giving us higher high, higher low, and higher high. After a higher high is set, what are we looking for? A pullback, right, into a higher low. So everything that price is doing right now is perfect. It's exactly what we want to see. We don't have any engulfing candles in the daily, no engulfing candles in the 4-hour, no engulfing candles in the 1-hour, no engulfing candles in the 30, it seems like. This is not a valid engulfing candle. That red candle, it has a small wick. Let's see. Red, red, green. Red candle does have a small wick. Perfect. So this is where I'm expecting a pullback to be given to, at least into here. Take a look at USD CAD real quick. USD CAD still at the bottom, making lower lows and lower highs. ZAR still making lower lows and lower highs. Gold will wait this one to move. Pretty much, you know, I'm not gonna be taking any trades at this moment for gold, but we'll keep an eye on it. Bitcoin, we had to update this today, so on the third day gave us a rise drop. Could you expect a 4th day variation? At this moment, I don't believe we'll get one. Let's see if we have any engulfing candles in the higher time frames. We had a red, red, green. Right, but at this moment, I'm not expecting price to respect that engulfing zone. We also have a week of no net. We have 2 weeks where price is just moving sideways. The 4-hour time frame, we're still trading between lower low, lower high, and lower low. So these 4-hour lows and these 4-hour highs, and price is just consolidating here in the middle of the zone. So that's also another reason why these engulfing candles aren't being played out. Right, the middle of the zones where consolidation is, this is where the market makers are trapping traders. Right, all the traders who thought that this was a bearish engulfing candle, right, made you believe that this is where price is going to continue to make lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high into lower lows, and then it went up and it hit stop losses. Right, and then all the traders who think this is where price is going to turn around and make higher highs and higher lows, and then they'll use this engulfing candle that's in the lower time frames. Right, where is it? We just seen it. I'm bugging. Right, using these engulfing candles to make them believe that this is where price is going to make a higher low to continue to go up. It'll start hitting your stop losses as well. So this is why I'm not looking for any entries on Bitcoin as of right now. Right, I'm waiting for price to get away from the middle of the zone. I'm waiting for price to give me clean market structure before taking any entries. I don't want to be trapped into any of these trades. I don't want to be trapped into thinking that I'm seeing higher highs and higher lows when, again, price is just moving sideways. There is no trend to this at this moment. So Bitcoin will turn that off so we're not confused. And then oil, we had 3 days of drop. On the third day, it was a drop rise. We had a 4th day variation. I'm not expecting price to continue this downtrend push. I am wanting to see a pullback into these areas up here at the top side. We're still trading between this 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows down here. Right, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price gave us a change of character, higher high. Right, this break gave us this 30-minute low, these 30-minute highs. Internally, price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs, but we'll have to wait this one out. We'll wait for any continuations. So at this moment, US oil I'm not going to be looking at. So really the pairs that AU is not part of one of the pairs that we're looking at anymore for today. So really we have GU, US 30, and gold left, which again is pretty much just NYC session pairs. Give me a second, guys. I'm back, sorry about that. So yeah, we pretty much just have NYC session pairs left. So we'll wait for NYC session to start, and then we'll start looking for entries if they give us an opportunity to. Any questions, any pairs you guys want me to go over in specific, let me know. If not, then again, we'll just be pretty much waiting it out here for today. Should be a slow session again, like we talked about yesterday anyway. You know, there aren't really there's no news, nothing like that for today on a Monday, so not really expecting anything too crazy for today. Euro JPY, I got you. Yeah, I mean, EJ for today is already done, right? It already hit the ADR for the day. The average daily range is a pair that moves 256 pips on a day-to-day basis. You know, we already did 278. So EJ for the day would be already done. I'm not expecting EJ to move anymore. Just notice how every single time, right? Every single time EJ hits the ADR for the day, right? It was at this point, right? At 9 a.m., EJ was already done. And then notice how price reacts towards the end of the day, right? Until the new session starts, and then it starts moving again, right? Every single time, right? It consolidates, right? It made the ADR for the day with this move at 8:30 in the morning. After it did the ADR, what did price do? Consolidated until the next trading session, right? Every single time. Every single time. These days, price was just moving sideways. Nothing really happened, right? ADR was hit for the day, and then it just moved sideways until the next session, right? Every single time. At this point, ADR for this was hit at 8 a.m. once again. After 8 a.m., look what happened. Price just moving sideways. So, you know, EJ is not a pair if you notice it. Once again, market timing is a big thing, right? It's already the NYC session. You really shouldn't be looking at EJ. Notice how every single time, except for Thursday, because we had news on Thursday for Euro, right? This is a pair that moves from 5 p.m. all the way till 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Eastern time, right? If price hasn't given you your move during Asia or London session, then yeah, you know it's going to give it to you during NYC. But if it gave you the move during Asia session or London session, then you know this pair is not going to move during NYC. So I would say just keep that in mind when you're trading EJ. Once again, look, this is a pair that moved during Asia session on Tuesday, August 6th. And then what happened towards the rest of the day during London and NYC? Just moving sideways. Until what? The next trading session? It consolidated all day until 8 a.m. NYC session, and then that's when the move started happening. Right? Then again, consolidated all throughout Asia session until the end of London, and then at the end of London, it made the move, and then NYC just moved sideways. Gave you the move during Asia session, London session, and then what happened during NYC session? Price just moved sideways. Same thing again here. It gave you the move during Asia session, and then the entire rest of the day, London session, NYC just moving sideways. There's no movement. So again, just looking at price for today, I'm not expecting anything else to happen for the rest of the day. I'm pretty sure price is just gonna do the same thing it's been displaying forever. This is a common thing for EJ. I'm not expecting EJ to do anything today. However, just giving you this is alright. So EJ is pretty similar to GJ, right? I am still expecting EJ to give me a steeper pullback back down to the bottom, very similar to what I'm expecting on GJ. Let me go ahead and delete some of the drawings here. As you can see, this is a pair that I don't trade this pair, but you know, I do have it marked up a little bit. Let me go ahead and update this real quick. So we had a weaker rise here. Yeah, this is a pair. I'm still expecting price to give me a steeper pullback into these lows, somewhere within these lows. Very similar to GJ. The 30-minute highs and the 30-minute lows were also trading still between pretty much lower low, lower high. All of this is part of the same trend, lower low. Right? So we know that we're trading between this 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows. Internally, right, the internal structure between the high and the low, we could still see price giving us higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then this is where price gave us a change of character, lower low, lower high. Right? So could price give us a pretty steep, or not even a steep pullback, but could price give us a pullback into these areas, how we're seeing right now? Right? And then this is where price is going to continue to go short. That could happen. Right? But if price ends up breaking these highs, then we know it's going to give us, you know, a pullback somewhere into this area, and then this is where price is either going to continue, or this is where price is going to break and continue up to these highs over here. Right? And then the same thing, when price reaches these highs again, that's when price is going to make a decision. Right? It's either going to retest to continue going short, or it's going to break to then continue to push to the top side. Right? The same way we did here. Right? Once it broke this high, this is where price is going to make a decision whether it wants to break and continue, or if this is where price is going to break the lows to give us a pullback to then continue going short. And you can see that it broke the lows, gave us a pullback, gave us a retest of the zone. Once we got the retest of the zone, that's where price started going down. So right now it's just a waiting. Again, for EJ for today, is not even a waiting game. It's just, it's done for the day. I would say, you know, the opportunity to trade this is already done. Right? If you didn't take these trades during Asia session, the same way GJ was, right? GJ was beautiful during Asia session. Right? If you didn't take these trades during Asia session and then you woke up just now, or you just started trading, you know, it's done for the day. You have to wait for tomorrow. You have to wait for 5 p.m. once again when the market's open. Analyze the charts again. What could we be expecting? And then we take the trades. Right? Every trade, every pair is the same exact way. Right? GJ today gave you the move during Asia session, so you already know for the rest of the day, price is just going to move sideways. It's not going to do anything else. Right? On Friday, nothing happened during Asia or London session until the NYC session, and that's when the move happened. Right? Nothing happened during Asia London session until the NYC session, and that's when the move happened. Right? This day price just decided to move sideways. This day, right, price gave you the move during Asia and London session, and then nothing happened for the rest of the day. Right? This day, same thing. Gave you the move during Asia and London session, and then nothing else happened for the NYC session. Just moved sideways. Right? Every pair acts the same exact way. You're in buys on EJ, should you close? I mean, brother, you know, look at the market trend, right? Ask yourself the question and give yourself the answer. Right? What are you seeing on market structure right now? Are you seeing higher highs and higher lows, or are you seeing lower lows and lower highs? That's really the, I'll give you the answer of what I think. Right? Again, if you're in a, just keeping it simple, the way I trade. Are you in a trade after the ADR or STP for the day is already done? Then you shouldn't be in that trade, because again, just look at the common theme every single time price does ADR. Is price going to give you clean moves to the top side, or are you just going to be in a zone of consolidation? Right? That's the number one thing. So again, am I expecting price? Again, and I'm not saying I'm expecting something based on my opinion, based on what I think. It's based on the market trends, right? It's based on how the market reacts every single time the ADR for the day is already hit. Right? As soon as ADR is done for EJ, look how price is reacting. It's just moving sideways. So let's say you get into a trade, like I'll give you an example. Right? Boom. This is a good day. Friday was a good day. The move already happened during Asia and London session. Right? You said you got into a buy. Let's say your buys are somewhere in these areas over here, you know, at 9 a.m. Okay, yeah, you could get into buys, but you know that from 9 a.m. all the way till 7 p.m., your price is going to be in your break even until it moves a little bit, and then what happens, it starts going back down because you're in a buy. Not only did you take a buy when price is still giving you lower lows and lower highs, but you also just took a trade. You pretty much took a Hail Mary trade. 160.800. Yeah, so I mean, right now you're already in good profits. Close the trade out. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for price to give you again. We just showed you you're in lower or higher high, higher low, higher high, right? And then boom, lower low, lower high. Are you gonna wait for your price to go back to break even or hit your stop loss? Or are you gonna wait for a better opportunity when price starts giving you higher highs and higher lows? That's really the question you should ask yourself. You're already seeing how price is reacting to these highs. You see how price is already going back down, right? And this is a pair that moves a good amount. So if you're in a trade over here, right, you're already in profit. You know, at one point you were already in profit 89 pips, right? Like how many more pips do you want? Right? So you pretty much just lost 50% of your profits, you know, because again, just looking at market structure, right? There's nothing wrong, right? Let's go back and review this. We talk about this every stream, right? There's nothing wrong with taking buys in a lower low, right? There's nothing wrong with taking buys when price is trending down, right? There's a problem if you took a buy when price is in a lower high, right? Because you know that if price is trending down, giving you lower lows and lower highs, you shouldn't be looking for buys in a lower high, right? But if you take buys in a lower low, the way you took them here, you have to understand where should your take profit be? Where should your targeted take profit be? It should be on the retest of the lower of the previous lower low of the break of structure. So you could take buys here, understanding that these buys you have up until here. And then this is where you should start taking your profit, because you know that this is where price is either going to continue going down or is going to give you a fake out to then continue. But if it continues to go up, then you know, okay, you took profit here, and then you looked for another entry and you got into another entry here, going back to the top side when price breaks these highs. So the same thing we just drew out here. If price breaks these highs, then okay, you could take another entry from here going back up to the top side. You know what I mean? So, and it's again, it's also just looking at the, you know, look at the pips that were on the table, right? This is a pair that moves 256 pips on a day-to-day basis, right? You were just in a trade that was 90 pips in profit. It's you know, it's not realistic for a pair to move 256 pips in their ADR and then move another 256 pips going back the other day, especially on a day where there's no news, right? On a regular trading day, as soon as the ADR is hit, price is not going to move anymore. So again, just you have your trading plan at the end of the day too, or at least you should have a trading plan, right? You know your trades more than I do. If your reasoning for taking this trade going long, if you had your reasons to take this trade going long, then perfect, keep following that plan. But you know, if in the morning you were selling and then now you're buying and then you're selling again in 20 minutes, you know, you have to be able to go through with your bias, right? Why is your bias the way that it is? You just lost half of them, exactly. And that's just because you're just not following structure, right? If you would have been following structure, you would have been like perfect, right? We started the lower lows, right? You got in, you know, again, I don't know your reasons for entries or, you know, what time frame you took this entry. You know, a lot of people wait for this engulfing candle, right? A lot of people would have waited for this candle to give us the retest. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people took these trades going long here. But the same thing, right? If you're looking for these entries, you know that those entries were really only good from here to here, right? And still, even if you took these entries here, right, you're still in profit, you know, 50 pips, 57 pips, right? A 50 pip take profit for a 12 pip stop loss is not bad, right? A lot of people, again, on a regular currency pair, on a regular trading pair, 68 pips on ADR is regular. So being able to catch 50 pips, being able to catch 100 pips on a pair like EJ, right? On a pair like GJ that moves, you know, 344 pips in a day, that's perfect. That's what people aim for. That's a good trading day. So, you know, not only did you lose half of your profits, but then you also, again, it's just market structure. If you're following market structure, then you're fine. But again, it's just understanding the reasons as to why you're using these points as your take profit, right? Even if, let's say, even if you would have taken 50% or 60% or 70% of your profits and left 30% running, that's also a good trade, right? I hope that makes sense. Thank you for learning a lot. No problem. Gold is moving. Yeah, this is another pair for today that I'm not really too interested in, but this could go both ways at this point, right? Could we expect price to continue this uptrend push? It would be ideal, right? I would love to see that, but I need some type of confirmation that's going to tell us that this is where price is going to do that, right? If price ends up doing a type 1 pattern into an uptrend, right? Or if this is going to be a simple, what smart money concepts teaches, which is this a consolidation? Could this be the retest to then continue to push back down to the bottom? That could happen as well. And again, basing it up on market structure, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, right? After a higher high, could we be expecting price to give us a higher low to then continue into a higher high? That could happen. So the fact that we're currently in market structure, right? We're pretty much in this area, right? This area is this right here, right? After a higher high, what are we expecting? We're expecting a higher low, right? The fact that price gave us a zone of consolidation and we broke below the zone of consolidation, we understand that there's two things that could happen. Price is either going to give us a retest to fake all these traders out to make them believe that this is where price is going to continue to go up, and then it hits everybody's stop loss and just gives us a steeper pullback, or we're going to see a type 1 pattern. But then the confirmation for a type 1 pattern, right, is going to be, do we have an engulfing candle in the lower time frames? Do we have a change of character break of structure, right? Because if we start looking at market structure here in the 5-minute time frame, what do we see? Lower lows and lower highs, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price gave us lower low, lower high, lower low, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high. These lows broke here, right? Boom, lower low, right? Then we had this low and this high. Price went up, gave you a lower high. Price went back down and gave you a break of structure, lower low. So could this be where price is going to give you the retest into the lower highs to then continue into the lower lows and the lower structure, and then again give us the pullback that we're looking for to make a higher low to then continue into the higher highs in the 30-minute or the higher time frames? So right now for gold, I'm not interested in it until we get that pullback. I'm either going to wait for price, again, the same thing that's on EJ, right? I'm either going to wait for price to give us again a change of character break of structure in the lower time frame, which again would just be the break and retest to then continue, or I'm looking for price to give us a fake out, to then continue to push back down to the bottom. Let's see, do we have any other confirmation? I know in the 30-minute we have this 30-minute engulfing. So we know that price is going to want to come back down into these areas. And this is where price is going to make another decision, right, to continue that push to the top side. But in the lower time frames, if this green candle in 8 minutes closes above this zone, then we could say that that's a small engulfing zone. That's where we'll probably see entries continue to push to the top side. Nothing in the 5-minute, nothing in the 15, nothing in the 5, nothing in the 1-minute either at this moment. Not a valid engulfing candle. So we'll wait this one out. We'll wait for price to give us a confirmation and then we'll start moving with it. You heard? What's good, Muhammad? Good morning, good morning. I'm doing good, man. A little bored, but it's all good. I'm doing good. How about yourself? Hope that gets taken care of, man. Shit could not be fun. Which pairs are left? Pretty much GU US 30 and gold. Um, Pretty much none of them are. I would say none of them really are like A plus setups. So I'm just waiting for some type of confirmations, right? Whether that's gonna be, like GU for example, a beautiful 372 going into this week, but as you can see, price during Asia and London session already gave us that move. So at this moment, I'm pretty much just waiting to see does price want to give us the rest of the move back to the top of the ADR, like where STP is at, right? So it's pretty much just waiting. Does price want to give us, an engulfing candle, Does it want to give us a lower time frame, change of character, break of structure? um, just waiting for the moves to kind of solidify, right? You know, in the 1 minute, we're pretty much, we already have that change of character that was just given, you know, a minute ago. So that's good. If we got a pullback and then price gives us another break of structure retest, then we know we could take these trades on GU. And then also in the 30 minute, right? That engulfing candle like we talked about. So we're pretty much just waiting for that on GU, waiting to see if it's going to give us a break of structure, right? A pullback to then give us a break, right? To give us something like this where we have change of character, break of structure, and then we know we could take these trades to continue the push back to the top of the 30-minute highs. We'll keep this one there. We'll go back and forth. For US 30, pretty much very similar, right? Price already gave us the higher high, and right now price is just moving sideways in that higher high. So kind of just waiting it out as well. This one on US 30, I don't really have anything drawn out as of right now. I'm just kind of waiting for 930 to hit to let us know what price really wants to do. So I'm waiting for that for 930, and then for gold, very similar to GU. Right, I'm pretty much waiting to see what price wants to do in the lower time frames. Does it want to give us a 372? We have 2 days of rise. Second day was Friday. Today going into the 372, we don't have a high yet. Price ended up just giving us what could be a type 1 pattern to continue the push to the top side. However, US or gold already gave us, right, higher high, higher low, and we're in a higher high. So could this just be a simple type 2 pattern in a downtrend where we get the break of the consolidation, retest to then continue going short to give us a higher low to then continue the push up to the top side going into the rest of the week? That could happen. Could this be a type 1 pattern in an uptrend? That could happen as well, but again, the confirmations for that are going to be in the lower time frames. You know, the lower time frame is going to tell us exactly what we want to see. Right now we have a change of character, but we don't have a pullback. So if we get a change of character, pullback, and then the break of structure, then we know we could take those trades. So it's very similar to GU, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, higher low. If we could get a break of structure, higher high, higher low, then we know we could take these trades to continue to push up to the top side, right? And then we know we could take these trades. Let's say we get a pullback, you know, let's say we get it into this area, you know, we'll have 143 pip take profit, you know, for 23 pip, 24, 23 to 25 pip stop loss. So we'll just wait it out a little bit. Just the waiting game. You know how it is, man. Nothing new. This trading shit really is 99% waiting and 1% trading. Because even when you're trading, you take your trade, and now you're waiting again, waiting to see does the price want to continue to trend? Is it gonna hit, you know, break even, take profits? And, especially days like today where it's the new start of the week, no news. We know volume is going to be a lot less and a lot slower than what it usually is. So no rush. We'll wait it out. We'll see what we can get. Alright, and the first confirmation that price was going to continue to push to the top side would have been on GU, right? Would have been an engulfing candle here in the 30-minute time frame. And then on gold, right, would have been the same thing. Would have been an engulfing candle here in the 30 minutes. So once again, I just kind of want to be patient, right? We want to wait for these pullbacks to develop. We want to make sure that we're trading with the trend, not against the trend. And right now, again, taking these buys, we would still be trading against the trend, right? Against the current 30-minute trend that's going on, right? Again, unless we start seeing, like I said, that lower time frame, higher high and higher low, then we know, okay, cool. We just got a little pullback, right? We got a little push back to the top side or to the bottom side to then continue. So once again, I just want to be patient. You know, something else we could even say on gold, right, is could this just be a simple 23.6 38.2 fib retracement? That could be the reasoning as to why price is moving this way too, right? And that's would be, you know, right on target, right? It would be right on target. So there's there's a few ways to kind of go at this, but once again, it will be the same thing. Like, let's say this is a 38.2 retracement to then continue the push to the top side. I'm still waiting for the same thing in the internal time frames, right? I would still want to see a lower time frame change of character, pullback, break of structure to then continue the push up to the top side. So again, right now is pretty much just a waiting game. I'm still gonna wait this one out. It would be ideal to see that. Um, and then a little bit different than gold, right? Gold hasn't given us that type of pullback yet. So, you know, I'm sorry, GU, right? Could GU give us a steeper pullback to then really give us that 38.2 50% retracement to then continue? That could happen. And this one looks like the most ideal one based on the fact that we have a 372. So we already know that if today finishes on a rise drop or on a rise no net, the same way we did this day here, right, then we know that tomorrow we'll be looking for price to go back up to the top side. So again, keeping it with market structure, we know price is giving us higher high, higher low, and we just made a higher high, right? So what do we know that price is going to do after a higher high? You're looking for a higher low to then continue to push up to the top side. So once again, it's just waiting for those confirmations, waiting for market structure to play on our team, so then we can start taking those entries, right? Because if we were to take these trades going long, you know, price is already going right back down to break even, right? So same thing, we'll just wait for these confirmations. Once again, that's going to be 1 minute higher high, lower low, exactly. Well, lower low, lower high, right? And then now price gave us the first higher high. The confirmation that price is going to continue is going to be now if price gives us a break of structure higher high, then it gives us a higher low, then we know we could take these trades to go back up to the 30-minute highs up here. Right, so we have to wait for that break of structure to give to, that's the confirmation that price is going to continue that push up to the top side. So pretty much for GU, we're still waiting for that. We'll see what price wants to do here. Right, if price goes back down, if it goes back down and gives us another lower low, then it's already invalidated. We already know we won't get any entries for GU. Very similar to gold. Very similar to gold. Right now for gold, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high. I'm looking for price to give me a pullback. If price gives us a pullback and then it gives us a break of structure, then we know we can start taking these trades to continue. But right now we have to wait for those confirmations, like I said. If we don't get that pullback, then I won't be taking any trades. Would like to see a steeper pullback on gold. If price gives us this break here in the 1 minute, this is not in my preference. I wanted to see a steeper pullback when it came to gold. I don't trust this one yet. I wouldn't trust this break of structure on gold. You have the 800 EMA super close. I wouldn't bank on this trade just yet. Right, comparing this one to GU. Right, a GU is in a higher high. Right, we could at least say that. But gold, the fact that we have this break, right, and if we compare the break to where the 800 EMA is, it's very close. Right, very close. So could price still give us a little pullback here and then still go back to the top to the bottom side? It could definitely happen. So right now for gold, again, I'm gonna wait this one out just a little bit. I'm not gonna entertain gold until we start reaching these highs up here. Till then, I'm just gonna wait this one out just a little bit. Comparing it to GU, the 800 is at the bottom. So we already know, right? We have a beautiful pullback, right? If price ends up giving us that break, we can start taking these trades back up to the top side with no problem. And then once again, I'm waiting for pretty much this NYC session to start trading US 30 to kind of give my analysis on US 30. Right now, price is just moving sideways. Right, we're pretty much still trading between the high and the low. So I don't really have anything here to say right now. Right, keep it simple. If price breaks these highs, then we know it'll continue to push. If price breaks these lows, then we'll get a pullback back down to the bottom. Right, we'll start looking at these entries down here. Or for take profits down here. And once again, this is why we wait for the break of structure, guys. You know, it's very, yeah, I'm not gonna say very simple, because again, I understand that without the right knowledge and without the right information, you'll be looking at this and be like, "Oh, this is a perfect place to buy." You know, we're back at the low of the day. We're back at the bottom. It's gonna skyrocket. We're gonna be millionaires, right? It's when you lack the correct knowledge, it's very easy to cloud your judgment, right? It gets very easy, especially again, a lot of people should not be trading, should not be going down to lower time frames, because again, if you cannot see the trends in the higher time frames, right? If you cannot see the trends in the daily time frames, and you can't see the trends in the 4 hour, and you can't see the trends in the 30 minute, you shouldn't be going into a lower time frame, right? If you don't understand market structure, you shouldn't be going down to the lower time frames, right? This is why a lot of people say, "Oh, the 1 minute is fake." No, the 1 minute is not fake. You just don't know what you're looking at, right? Just because price did a little change of character doesn't mean that, oh, higher high, we're gonna start making longs now. We're gonna start looking for longs. It's not how that works, right? You have to wait for the confirmation. The confirmation is the break of structure after the change of character, right? So again, it could still happen. We're still trading between this low down here, right? These lows and these highs. So right now, this could still be a pullback into a higher low to then continue to make higher highs, which again would be good, would be very ideal still. Um, very similar to gold, right? Very similar to gold. Once again, we still don't have the break of structures, and none of these candles are breaks. All of these candles are still testing candles. Um, right? Even if we put it together, right, we could still see that price still went below here too, right? It gave us that little lower low. So once again, gold is not ready to be traded just yet as well. We're still waiting for it to give us a confirmation, that break of structure. Once we get that break of structure, then we'll start looking for those trades. But once again, at this moment for gold as well, this could still just be, like I said, this could still be a type 2 pattern where price consolidates, breaks, comes back, and then continues the downtrend push. So again, I'm waiting for more confirmation to let us know what exactly price wants to do. Right? If we start getting excited and we start saying, yeah, this is where price is going to continue to go up, and then all of a sudden price ends up going right back down to the bottom, we don't want that to happen. Right? We already know our zones. We know that price is going to want to come back and give us a pullback at least to these lows down here. So if we don't catch these entries, all good. We'll wait for the ones down here. Once we get into these entries down here, this is where we'll start looking for buys once again to continue the push to the top side. And again, following market structure. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Could this be the higher low to continue to make higher highs? Absolutely. Right? So once again, we'll just wait it out. We'll let the market decide what it wants to do, and then we'll go on from there. And then again, US 30 is pretty much the only other pair. These three, GU, US 30, and gold. We're just waiting for 930 pretty much to hit to let us know what price wants to do. Price is still consolidating, rejecting the highs, rejecting the lows, rejecting the highs. We're still just waiting to see what price wants to do. So markets are a little slow today, but it's all good. It's nothing new. It's Monday, new start of the week. Not really expecting anything too crazy out of the markets, so we'll just wait it out. Alright guys, same thing as before, right? These buys are still not valid. Still waiting to see what price wants to do. When it comes to US 30, right? 9 a.m. price starting to push up to the top side. And for gold, let's take a look. Once again, same thing we were talking about with GU is very similar to gold, right? These buys at these highs, not valid yet. We still need to see a valid break of structure. Let's see, do we break these lows? Nope, we're at the lows still. Still waiting it out. Right, we still don't have a valid place to look for these buys as of yet. So we'll wait it out. And we'll see what price wants to do, guys. Blink, 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 blink. Alright, so GU right now invalidated, right? It went back down and gave us a lower low, change of character once again, understanding that this was the fake out, right? Which is why we waited for these confirmations to continue to look for buys. But at this moment, we're gonna go ahead and start taking a step back and looking at this again in the 30-minute time frame. We have 15 minutes, a little bit over 15 minutes, right? 16 minutes for the 9:30 candle. So we'll wait it out. We'll see what 9:30 wants to bring to the table. Gold, we're still pretty much trading in the same vicinity. I'm not gonna be gold is in a different level right now, right? In the 30-minute time or not the 30-minute, what time frame were we on that I saw that engulfing candle? Was it the 1 minute? We could sit here and argue and say that this is a nice 1 minute engulfing, right? We had the break of structure, the confirmation. Could we get an entry on gold here to then continue this uptrend push back to the top side again? Very likely, but it's very low probability, right? If we would have gotten this break of structure and then the pullback, we would have been having a different conversation, right? I would have said no. If we could 100%, get the break and then the pullback to then continue, we would be having a different conversation. But the fact that we're still trading within higher time frame, lower lows and lower highs, right? And right now, again, we have no confirmation that price wants to continue this uptrend push. I'm not gonna bank on a 1 minute or 5 minute confirmation without having a 30-minute or full hour confirmation, right? So with that being said, again, I'm just gonna take a step back. Looking at market structure, we're trading in a higher high. We know that prices is going to want to give us a pullback to give us a higher low. So we'll wait it out. Again, I'm really in no rush for these trades. It's Monday. We still have all week to take trades. We have all month to take trades. We have all year to take trades. Right? I'm really in no rush at all when it comes to trading, especially when we understand market structure again is not in the best place. Right? Price action is not in the best place. So we'll wait till 9:30. We'll see what the market wants to give us. If we get an opportunity to take a trade, then we'll take it. If not, then we'll just wait it out and come back again tonight. Come back tomorrow morning for the live trading session again in the morning. So we'll see what the rest of the day has to offer. Got 15 minutes again. If we don't really have any entries here in the next 15 minutes, then we'll be done for the day. All right. 9:30, we can see US 30 starting the push to the top side. Let's take a look again at GU. We're still sitting here at the bottom right after giving us these new lows. And gold, let's take a look. Gold, the same thing. So again, just still waiting for the confirmations on gold in the 1 minute. We could actually sit here in the 1 minute on gold for now. We'll wait what price. We'll see what price wants to do. Then US 30 again, no really entries, no real entries for me right now on US 30. Just kind of still waiting it out. Let's take a look at this. The 1 hour gave us a pretty not a strong engulfing candle, but potentially see some moves up today. But no entries for me right now, guys. I'm still just gonna wait it out, wait for more solid confirmations. Right at this point, GU went and gave us a lower low. So again, I don't really have any entries here for GU. Before we get off, let's look at the pairs that we were talking about from this morning. So EJ was one pair that that Div was telling me to look at, right? So still in the same positions, we're still in the same spots. But I'm pretty much done for today, guys. You know, a lot of these pairs moved overnight. That was number one thing. The second thing was a lot of these pairs are also just in consolidation. So again, I'm pretty much just waiting for price to finally break away from their zones and give us a break so we could continue to start seeing trades. So that's pretty much what I'm kind of just waiting for the most part. GJ in specific, I'm waiting for a steeper pullback, right? So as soon as GJ starts giving me you know, lower lows and lower highs, pretty much what we're seeing right now, right? The fact that today price looks like it's gonna give us a second day a drop. If GJ could finish somewhere here at the top side, then we know we could take this trade tomorrow going short for 372. So that'll be interesting going into tomorrow as well. GA is finally back down at the 30-minute lows, but once again, we want to be patient, right? This is either where price is going to give us an entry to go back up to the top side, or this is where price is finally going to start continuing that downtrend push. ECAD very similar, right? ECAD, as I was saying for the last couple weeks now, I am expecting price to give us a steeper pullback down into these shorts. So as soon as price gives us that confirmation that we're going to start making lower lows and lower highs in the internal time frame, that's when we'll start taking these trades going back down. So that's pretty much it for me today, guys. Again, I don't really have any entries, so there's really no point in me just sitting here at this point. We're pretty much just spending our time looking at candlesticks all morning. So we'll be back again tonight for the isolation session, 6 p.m. Excuse me. We'll be back tonight, 6 p.m. for the isolation session. We'll go over all these pairs. We'll talk about what we'll be looking for going into tomorrow, and then we'll be back again tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you guys later tonight. Peace out.